Did you know just a few simple movements each day could determine whether you'll stay on your feet or rely on someone else a few years from now? After age 60, physical decline is no longer a distant possibility. But what's unfortunate is that many people accept it as inevitable, without realizing that science has shown we can slow it down, and in many cases, reverse part of it with just a few basic exercises. Our legs don't just carry us from place to place, they represent freedom, dignity, and even mental well-being. When mobility fades, it's not only independence we lose, it's our confidence, our connection with others, and our sense of purpose. This decline often begins silently. Muscle deterioration, reduced circulation, and weakening of the neuromuscular system. These are subtle yet serious changes that set the stage for falls, frailty, and fear. But here's the truth. The human body still has remarkable potential to adapt and recover, if we know how to support it. And that's exactly why I want you to stay with me until the very end of this video. We're going to explore 7 golden exercises, carefully selected through clinical research and years of experience, that can help you rebuild leg strength, improve balance, and reclaim your independence one step at a time. If you've already tried any of these movements, type yes in the comments. If not, type no, because today might just be the perfect day to begin again. So let's begin with what many overlook, but what science and decades of clinical observation have proven time and time again: the simple squat. Yes. The word squat might trigger hesitation. Maybe you've heard it's dangerous for aging, knees, or too intense for someone over 60. But as a physician who's worked with thousands of older adults, I want to gently correct that misconception. When done correctly, squats are not your enemy, they're one of your strongest allies in preserving lifelong mobility. Think of squats not as a strenuous gym workout, but as a functional movement that mirrors everyday life. Sitting down, standing, up, stepping onto a curb, even getting out of bed, all require the same chain of motion that squats help strengthen. This one movement recruits major muscle groups in your thighs, hips, glutes, and core areas essential for balance, posture, and safe walking. But it doesn't stop there. Squats also improve circulation to the lower body, stimulate the nervous system, and promote bone density, critical in the fight against osteoporosis. Surprisingly, squats even support digestion and heart function because they activate large muscle groups that encourage blood flow and lymphatic drainage. That's why I often refer to squats as the multivitamin of movement, a single action delivering multiple health benefits. And it's not about how low you go, it's about how consistently and mindfully you engage. A proper squat begins with standing tall, feet shoulder-width apart, and toes angled slightly outward. Then, imagine lowering yourself onto an invisible chair behind you, keeping your chest lifted and spine neutral. The key is to drive through your heels, not your toes, and align your knees with your toes, never letting them drift inward or far past the feet. If this feels like too much, don't worry. Modifications are not only welcome, they're encouraged. A chair squat is a perfect place to begin. Lower just enough to tap the seat, then rise slowly. Or, for additional support, hold the back of a sturdy chair or a kitchen countertop. Still too challenging? Wall squats, with the help of a yoga ball or pillow behind your lower back, offer a gentle and controlled version. Now here's something many overlook: breathing. Movement is only half the equation. Oxygen and breath control are what stabilize your body and support your muscles. A simple rule to follow: Breathe in as you lower, breathe out as you rise. Think in on the way down, out on the way up. This rhythmic exchange not only protects your blood pressure and spine, but also activates the deep core muscles that keep you steady and safe. New to synchronized breathing. Try standing tall, inhaling deeply through your nose so your belly expands, not your chest. Then exhale slowly through your mouth, like blowing gently through a straw. Keep this rhythm steady throughout your squats to maintain control and avoid dizziness. But before you get started, let's address some common mistakes I see in clinics every day. Knees caving inward or extending too far forward, slouching the spine or leaning excessively, and perhaps most importantly, holding your breath. All of these can increase risk and reduce benefit. And remember, don't force depth. Start at your current ability and allow depth to come naturally with progress. With consistent practice, squats can transform your day-to-day life. Tasks like climbing stairs, rising from a chair, or simply walking across the room become easier, safer, and more fluid even well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. You're not just building muscle, you're reclaiming independence, mental clarity, and peace of mind. That's what real aging well looks like. And this, right here, is where it begins. Now that we've addressed stability and strength through squats, let's move to an underrated yet powerful anti-aging exercise. The glute bridge. Let me ask, when was the last time you truly activated your glutes? If you're like most people, over 60, your answer might be, not recently. And yet, your glutes are the silent powerhouse behind almost every movement you make, from walking across a room to standing upright with confidence. When they weaken, other muscles and joints are forced to compensate, often leading to lower back pain, hip stiffness, and even balance problems. The glute bridge is simple, low impact, and surprisingly restorative. And best of all, it's gentle on the spine. This single movement targets your glutes, hamstrings, and lower back, while also opening up tight hips and improving pelvic stability. Together, these benefits help protect you from falls, assist with everyday tasks like climbing stairs or standing from a seated position, and even ease pressure on your spine to perform it. Lie on your back on a soft surface like a yoga mat. Bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Keep your arms relaxed by your sides. Press your heels into the ground, squeeze your glutes, and slowly lift your hips toward the ceiling. Stop when your body forms a straight line from your shoulders to your knees, no higher. Hold briefly, then lower slowly. That's one controlled rep. If mobility is limited, or your lower back feels sensitive, don't worry, you can reduce the height or use a rolled towel under your hips for support. Want more challenge? Try lifting one foot off the floor, or place a pillow between your knees to engage your inner thighs. Breathing, again, matters. Inhale as you prepare, and exhale gently. As you raise your hips, oxygen helps you stay centered and avoid unnecessary tension. Down, common mistakes. Overextending the hips, arching to high places stress on your spine. Keep alignment neutral. Also, avoid pushing through your toes. Press with your heels to properly activate your glutes. And finally, control the pace. This is not a race. Precision and connection to your muscles matter more than speed. Over time, this movement can restore pelvic power, improve balance, and even uplift your posture and confidence. In short, it helps you move and feel like yourself again. Now that we've strengthened the foundation with glute bridges, let's take a step forward, literally and figuratively into one of the most functional, real-life movements, the assisted reverse lunge. Let me ask you something important. Have you recently hesitated when stepping off a curb or avoided stairs altogether? That hesitation often stems from a quiet fear of imbalance, weakness, or falling. And here's the truth. Those fears are valid, but they're not permanent. With the right practice, we can rebuild the strength, coordination, and confidence you need to move freely again. The assisted reverse lunge may sound complicated, but it's actually one of the most accessible and transformative exercises for older adults. It mimics the natural movement of stepping backward, bending, or catching yourself after a trip. These are skills you don't want to lose, and this gentle, supported version is the perfect way to maintain them. What makes this exercise so effective is that it targets multiple areas at once. Your quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and hip flexors, all engage to stabilize you. Meanwhile, your core stays alert, your balance improves, and your body relearns control through mindful repetition. It's not about doing it big, it's about doing it well. Here's how to perform it properly. Start by standing tall beside a sturdy surface like the back of a chair, countertop, or wall. Lightly place one hand for support. From this position, step one leg backward, slowly, and gently lower your back knee toward the ground only, as far as your body allows, without discomfort. Your front knee should stay aligned over your ankle knot, pushing forward past your toes. This protects your joints and creates a stable base to return. Push through the heel of your front foot, engaging your glutes and thighs to bring yourself upright. Repeat this a few times on one side, then switch legs. You don't need to go deep. Even a partial lunge, performed consistently, activates all the right muscles, and over time, your strength and range of motion will naturally improve. Now, let's talk breathing. It may seem secondary, but it's everything. Inhale as you step back and begin to lower. Exhale slowly as you rise. That breath out isn't just air, it's support. It stabilizes your core and gives your body the internal bracing it needs to stay controlled and balanced. And yes, let's be honest, there are common mistakes, and they matter. First, watch your front knee. Don't let it travel far forward past your toes. That creates unnecessary stress on the joint. Keep it stacked over the ankle, where it belongs. Second, don't neglect your back leg. Don't let it dangle or drag. Even if the movement is small, place it deliberately and lower it with intention. Activating both legs keeps things balanced and prevents overcompensation. Posture also plays a huge role. Resist the urge to lean forward or hunch your shoulders. Keep your chest lifted, spine aligned, and head neutral. And here's a key mindset shift. Using support is not cheating, it's smart training. Holding onto a chair or table doesn't take away from the exercise, it makes it safer. Our goal isn't to test balance to the point of danger. It's to build a foundation that leads to independence. For those with joint sensitivity, try placing a towel or foam pad where your back, knee touches down. And if lowering feels too hard, just do the stepping motion, no knee bend. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. Just a few reps of assisted reverse lunges daily can dramatically reduce your fear of falling, restore balance, and improve your ability to navigate stairs or uneven surfaces. And perhaps more importantly, it reinforces something mental: trust. Trust in your legs. Trust in your body. Trust in yourself. Because every time you practice this movement, You're not just exercising, you're sending your brain and body a message. I'm still capable. I'm still strong, and I'm not done moving. Now that we've reconnected with strength, balance, and trust through the assisted reverse lunge, let's turn our attention to one of my personal favorites, especially for hip stability, fall prevention, and graceful movement, the standing side leg raise. Let me ask, have you ever felt your hips wobble when stepping sideways? Or maybe you've noticed some stiffness when getting out of bed or rising from a chair. These seemingly small moments often reveal deeper imbalances in the muscles surrounding your hips and pelvis. The standing side leg raise addresses that. Directly at first glance, this may look like a small, simple movement, but don't be fooled. It activates the outer hip and gluteus medius, two key muscle groups responsible for lateral stability and pelvic control. These muscles are the unsung heroes that help you stand tall, walk with stability, and shift weight from one side of the body to the other without stumbling. Better yet, it's incredibly accessible. No floor work, no jumping, no equipment, just your body, breath, and focus. Here's how to do it mindfully. Stand tall beside a kitchen counter or sturdy chair. Place one hand lightly for balance, feet hip-width apart. Gently shift your weight to one leg. Keep that knee soft, not locked. As you inhale, prepare. As you exhale, slowly lift your opposite leg out to the side. Keep your toes facing forward. Don't lean away or swing, stay upright and controlled. Pause briefly at the top, then lower the leg as you inhale. It's more precise and deeply effective. If standing feels too tiring or unsafe, this movement can also be done lying on your side. Rest your head on your arm or a pillow. Stack your legs and lift the top leg as you exhale. Lower slowly on the inhale. You'll feel the same muscle engagement without worrying about balance. Want to increase the challenge? Add a resistance. Band around your thighs or pause at the top for 3 seconds. That tiny hold can wake up muscles that may have been dormant for years. Now let's talk about common mistakes. First, avoid leaning your upper body in the opposite direction. That compensates for weakness and takes the load off your hip muscles. Keep your torso centered. Second, don't let your toes turn outward. We're not swinging the leg, we're lifting with control and intent. And always remember, this is not a speed drill. The slower and more mindful you move, the more benefit you gain, and please breathe. Don't hold your breath. Stay relaxed. Inhale to prepare and exhale with the movement. Breath keeps your nervous system calm and your posture steady. In the long run, this humble movement helps protect your knees, hips, and spine while also building the quiet confidence that comes from moving with strength and grace. Ready for the next one? Let's move into one of the most overlooked yet powerful movements for core and pelvic strength, inner thigh squeeze. Now, you might be wondering, how important can inner thighs really be? The truth is, far more than most people realize. These muscles, your adductors, are foundational for leg stability, hip alignment, and coordinated walking. They even play a subtle but critical role in bladder control and pelvic floor health, especially in older adults. This exercise is quiet but impactful. You won't break a sweat, but you'll be targeting deep support systems that often weaken without go unnoticed until imbalance or injury occurs. Start by sitting upright on a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor, knees bent at a natural 90-degree angle. Place a small, soft ball, a rolled towel, or a cushion between your knees. Sit tall, shoulders relaxed. As you inhale, prepare your posture. As you exhale, gently press your knees inward, squeezing the object. Hold the squeeze for 3 seconds. Inhale again as you slowly release the tension. Repeat this in a calm, steady rhythm. It's not about intensity, it's about consistency and control. For a gentler version, use a softer pillow and apply less pressure. For more challenge, use a firmer ball or increase the squeeze duration to 5 seconds. Either way, the goal remains the same. Activate those neglected muscles without stressing your joints, and posture is everything here. Don't lean forward or lift your feet off the ground. Keep your core gently engaged, and remember the effort should come from your thighs, not from clenching your glutes or holding your breath. Breathing matters more than you think. Exhale with each squeeze to stabilize your midsection, calm your nervous system, and prevent tension from building up elsewhere. Practicing this simple movement regularly can support knee alignment, reinforce your lower back, and even enhance pelvic stability. And if that sounds like a lot for one seated exercise, it is. That's the beauty of targeted training. You may be asking, do I need to do all of these exercises every day? The answer is no, but variety is key. In the final section of this video, I'll show you how to combine them into realistic daily or weekly routines without feeling overwhelmed. Each movement supports a different region of the body, and that diversity is what keeps your muscles balanced, your joints protected, and your whole system moving with confidence and grace. Let's wrap up with a deceptively simple but incredibly powerful movement, the calf raise. Now, you might be thinking, a small movement like that, ... how much could it really matter? But here's the truth, your calves do far more than help you walk. In fact, they're often referred to as your second heart. Why? Because every time you contract your calf muscles, you're helping pump blood back toward the heart, especially important as we age. Or if you struggle with circulation issues, swelling, or varicose veins, this exercise is especially important. For anyone who's felt that heaviness in their legs at the end of the day, or anyone who's noticed they're not as stable on their feet as they used to be, here's how to perform a proper calf raise. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart. Place your hands lightly on a stable surface, like the back of a chair, a countertop, or a wall for support. Inhale to prepare. Then, as you exhale, slowly rise up onto your toes, lifting your heels off the ground. Pause briefly at the top and feel your calf muscles contract. Then, inhale as you lower your heels back to the floor with control, no dropping. If standing is difficult, don't worry. You can do this seated. Just lift your heels while keeping the balls of your feet grounded. Even that gentle movement encourages better blood flow and activates the same muscle group. Want to level up? Try holding at the top a bit longer raw. Lift one heel at a time to challenge balance and muscle control. But remember, the key is to stay upright and steady. Avoid leaning forward or rushing the motion. Controlled movement is where the true benefit lies, and once again, breathing matters. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. This not only supports the movement, but helps regulate blood pressure and keeps your nervous system relaxed. The beauty of this exercise is in its simplicity and accessibility. You can do it almost anywhere while brushing your teeth, waiting for the kettle to boil, or even while standing in line. That's how easy it is to integrate this habit into your day. Over time, consistent practice strengthens your lower legs, supports ankle stability, and keeps your stride feeling lighter and more energized. It also plays a silent but powerful role in preventing falls by improving proprioception. or your body's sense of position in space. If you found this exercise helpful, type 9 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your feedback helps us shape better content for your journey. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We're here to support your health, your movement, and your independence every single step of the way. And remember, it's never too late to take care of your body. As long as you start today, these 7 movements may seem simple, but together they support nearly every area of your mobility, from stronger legs and hips to better balance, posture, and circulation. Whether you try one, a few, or all of them, what matters most is that you're moving with intention, and that you're moving at all. Even just a few minutes each day can spark real change. So go at your own pace, listen to your body, and celebrate your progress. No matter how small it seems, I'd love to know which of these exercises felt the most helpful for you. Or is there one you're excited to try tomorrow? Let me know in the comments below. Your experiences inspire others more than you realize. And if you found this video helpful, give it a like. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing and turn on the bell so you never miss a gentle nudge toward better health. You've already taken the first step. Now let's keep going together. Watch the next video on your screen. It's filled with more simple tools to keep you strong, steady, and thriving.